You are now listening to or watching the It Takes All Kinds podcast.
Yeah, and if you aren't, you can head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and listen to us now. Or head on over to Drib on YouTube and watch the video version as well.
And if you'd like to stay up to date on when we're releasing a new episode or any other fun information about the podcast, you can give us a follow on Instagram at It Takes All Kinds Podcast and on Twitter at ITAK Podcast. That's ITAK Podcast.
Without saying much else, we hope you enjoy this episode.
I just pulled a Gavin.
What? Yeah, see that? I was thinking about wearing that white sweatshirt again for today's episode.
You were like,
but I said, not today. Not today, Satan.
Mine's just clear liquid, so it's all good. I got some clear liquid on me last night.
Doing the same thing? Or something a little different?
Completely different, dude.
Hello and welcome.
You don't even want to know what I was doing, dude. Don't even ask.
Okie dokie.
Don't even ask what I was
Hello
doing.
and welcome to the It Takes All Kinds podcast episode.
I was trying to pee like over my head.
The It Takes All Kinds podcast episode 149. We're recording this on Tuesday, January 9th, and you'll be hearing this on Friday, January 12th, right? 13th?
12th.
Oh, I got worried there for a second.
Why?
Because, you know.
I don't want you to be worried.
Yeah, 12th.
Well, I guess that clears it all up, guys. Thanks so much for listening.
Carson, what we got on the docket today?
Oh, man. We got lots of funnies this week. I don't think there's anything like serious we're talking about. It's all fun. It's all funny stuff.
Because last week was probably the most like realistic, real episode.
It's true.
I think we ever had.
Shit got fucking real. Gavin and I had a whole fight afterwards. It was crazy.
It was crazy because he wanted to keep getting these TPNs, and I told him, you gotta stop.
I was like,
you gotta stop
the med spas. I love them.
Yeah.
But you were like, dude, stop. I was like, fine. But this week, of course, we're going to be talking about the skinny dipping Bass Pro Man, which is kind of serious. It's not really serious. It's just
don't make it so serious,
sad.
Carson.
Listen,
don't make it sad. It can be funny. This guy got naked in a Bass Pro.
Listen, us comedians aren't allowed to make jokes.
No,
anymore.
you're right. Comedy is now illegal,
and we're comedians.
That's why I go to Twitter.
I just decided.
That's why I go to x.com where I can go and make a post about whatever I want.
Yeah,
because comedy is legal there, but not anywhere else.
Right. Do you notice that the only place talking about the Jewish tunnels is Twitter?
We weren't even going to talk about it this week.
Yeah, you kept shutting me down. You're like, dude, we cannot talk about that. And I was like, oh, I guess comedy's illegal now.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Fine, I guess we won't talk about it then.
So what else are we talking about?
Apparently a Dunkin, or the artist formerly known as Dunkin Donuts.
Dunkin Donuts
had an explosive toilet at one of their locations in Florida, and a man is suing. That's pretty much the whole story, actually.
Wow, okay.
As we'll find out. So stay tuned for that. You're going to really want to tune in for that. It's crazy. And then really the big section today where I get to sit back and touch.
Take it all in.
Take it all in is Gavin's got
Back
a big
shots.
techno world. It came back last week for the first time in a long time. And now he's just so excited about it. He wants to do it every week.
I am antsy.
And this week we got a big one because of
the Consumer Electronics Show, aka CES.
CES was this week, so there's a lot to talk about there. And then the return of clips of the week. We haven't done clips of the week in a while, and we have quite a few.
Yeah. It's great.
And the Nextdoor Drama about cats.
About cats.
Or about cat parents, really. It's mostly about the parents of the cats.
Cat dad.
Speaking of cat turd. What's his name? Cat turd? I think did an interview with Tucker, or was that a meme? I feel like I was seeing that.
Don't know. I didn't see it.
But he looks like what you'd expect him to look like. I think it might have been a meme.
Basement dweller?
No, he's just like a big Texas man.
Yeah.
Which is like...
That's why my name's Cat Turd.
That's why I named Cat Turd, because it's funny. That's the only funny joke we do down here about Cat Turd.
exactly.
I was just deleting all your shit.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Actually,
He did do that at the beginning of the week.
Yeah, we have.
I was putting in all these news stories that were coming out from CES, and I went to go check it on Tuesday and check it yesterday, and I said, "Hey, man, you deleted it all."
I was just pissed off at you.
Yeah.
I was just so mad. I just went and deleted it all. No, I honestly thought it was the same. I just no looked at.
Yeah, you don't care about Gavin stuff in the world too much.
I just no looked at it.
Yeah.
No, I was just
It was a no-look dime.
It just had been so long since we had one, and then we
Right.
have one, and then I'm like, well, that's it for another like 6 months.
Yeah, there it is, the gay ball.
Exactly, and then apparently it's like, oh, there's even more news. I fucked up, dude. I sent you a letter. I sent you a written apology where I apologized and told you how sorry I was. You didn't even read it.
I'm yet to get it through the mail.
Yesterday, Gavin, I woke up later than I wanted to, which wasn't a big deal. I haven't been sleeping great. I didn't sleep great last night.
Yeah, me
either.
neither.
And I usually sleep pretty great. It's pretty well known, actually, that I sleep probably the best out of anybody out there.
Really?
That seems like a Trump thing. I sleep better than anybody.
I could probably sleep a little bit better than anyone who could get in there. They could get into bed, but they would never sleep nearly as good as me.
We call him Sleepy Joe, but he has never slept longer than I have. I've slept 15, 16 hours a night, maybe.
He probably wakes up very early, and then he doesn't even go for a nap. Doesn't even know the power of a good nap.
He has the weakest bladder I've ever seen on a
He
president.
had a good bit this week where he says that about how
magnets.
about magnets, but then he also talked about how Joe Biden.
That one was actually
That
good.
one was like he was reading the teleprompter, and he did a not a really good Joe Biden impression because
He
they're
can't
both
do any
old.
other voices.
Yeah,
either.
no, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So he's like, oh, who was this?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, is this Brian from CNN?
about ice
A
cream.
good job about ice cream. And anyway. And then he's like, and then he walks into a wall.
Yeah, and it was like, okay.
Yeah. Old
Okay,
man
man.
rambling, Old man screaming at the sky. Old
Right.
man beats up old man.
But then he'll say stuff
It's
about
like a pot called a kettle black.
But then he talks about putting magnets in water and
And
then
how
you're
it
like,
doesn't
you
work.
lost me.
That got community noted on Twitter.
Oh, well, of course.
Because that's not how they work.
But that's definitely like a thing he's talked about before. Magnets. He talks about electronic boat engines a lot.
Yeah, and
windmills.
windmills
He hates
and
windmills.
toilets, about how much they flush.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
About how much you would flush a toilet. I remember that from
Yep.
2016. He's still talking about it.
Yeah, I
8
know
years
all
later.
of those because Vic Berger, friend of the show, did I think it was for Vice where he did a whole edit, and it was like in sections. So it'd be like 5 minutes of him saying the same thing at different rallies, like over spanning years.
Yeah.
And so I learned all of the things that he repeats, and he still does them because they worked.
Yeah.
Maybe worked. It's funny because none of them are even like anything that matters. It just feels like filler.
Yeah, no, it's
Which is
odd
weird.
because, I guess a lot of people probably go into a speech, especially one in front of their political allies, that
Right.
go in with the goal of maybe persuading or, doubling down on some things that he said before.
Yeah.
But then it goes off on a tangent because the crowd directs him on what to say. And he's like, oh, did someone say Joe Biden?
Somebody said
Oh,
boats.
I heard someone talk about toilets. Speaking of toilets,
Right.
did you know that they flush 5 gallons of flush? You can't flush that. You can't flush that much.
The toilet.
They want you to stop flushing them.
The water in a toilet is called flush.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Yeah. Flush the flush.
They 7 gallons of flush every day. Speaking of Trump,
Yeah.
yesterday I woke up.
Probably
I was laying in bed because I haven't been sleeping great, but I sleep better than anybody. And I was laying in bed, and then
Famous
I hear. I thought both my parents were at work. I live at home, by the way. I'm a basement dweller at my parents' house for the time being. In case you don't know the lore, read it up on the Wikipedia.
The
And
Fanopedia.
the fam.
Fan
What's up,
page.
fam? And I thought they were both at work, and I realized my dad was home. And then at around 10:30, 11, quarter to 11, I was still laying in bed. Sorry. And my dad and someone else come down the stairs, and there's like a flashlight. And I'm not awake. I'm in my underwear in my bed. And I was like,
He's
oh,
Pooh Bearing it.
shit. And I was like, what do I do? I don't even know what to do now. Because I was like, I don't know who this person is. I was given no warning. about
Oh,
what was
okay, yeah,
happening.
yeah.
I should have said that. I didn't know what was happening. I just realized my dad was home, and then now there's a stranger
Walking
like,
down
right
here
over
with-
there,
yeah.
walking down over there, and there's like kind of a divider over here, but it's not enough. And I didn't know what was going. I thought he was checking like the furnace or something, so I was like, I should be okay. But I was like, just in case, let me like sneakily put some clothes on, and so I did. And like literally, as soon as they get up out of bed, they come. My dad and this mystery man come over.
The man
here,
in black.
and it turns out that he's like checking for termites, I guess. And so he's like, "Oh, he just needs to check for termites."
And you're like, yeah, I was awake.
Yeah, well, that's what my dad said. He's like, "Were you?" He's like, "Are you awake?" And I was like, "Yep." Like all the lights are off besides that one that I just turned on. And so they come over here, and I'm like still like, half awake. And they're like, he's like poking. He has this like stick, and he's like
Yeah.
checking up there. I guess there's like a wood beam or something. I don't really even know what he was doing. But he's like, he said something like, "Oh man, you got great taste." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." And I was like, "What is he talking about?"
What the hell
He's like,
going on?
He's like, "I see," he's like, "I got into vintage clothes a couple years ago." And they're like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, I don't know how he knew that about me. I guess he just, I have like shirts over there, and I think I was wearing like a vintage Olympic shirt or something. And so he's saying all that, and he's just like, as he's checking, he just like is nonstop just talking about vintage clothes and thrifting and stuff like that. And it was just like, and like, I was just like, what is going on right now? And then so it was just really
Did you fall
weird.
back asleep after that?
No,
Okay.
I needed to be up. But yeah, he just like went on and on about vintage clothes and all that, and it was just like weird because I never like
Talk
I've
to
had that
anyone
with like
about it.
I've had that with like peer interaction,
Right.
But like
Never
like,
someone on the job.
right. Well, you
per
don't
se.
you like I'm still in that brain of being like.
Oh, no one
a
knows what
kid-
it does.
Well, no,
What I
like,
do's.
well, that too, but like of being like a teenager or a kid or whatever, and when like you see someone working or doing their job, my first instinct still goes back to when I was a kid and being like, that person's older than me, and they're like,
Completely
a
out of
professional,
touch.
or well, not even that, but
Oh.
just that they're like,
Oh, I
they're
still
not,
think that.
because like in reality, that guy was probably the same age as me.
Yeah.
But like in
But-
my head, I still am like, this person's like an older person, a professional,
Yeah,
but
I
yet
know
he's
what you
like
mean. Yeah.
kind of being unprofessional.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like,
Telling me all this stuff when my dad's just standing there like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
then your dad's like, you guys having a bond right now?
Are you guys going to kiss? Or
Are you guys
something?
going to fucking make out right in front of me?
But yeah, it was just weird. And then like, as he was leaving, he was like, wait, do you sell vintage clothes? And I was like, wasn't that how this got started?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. And then he's like, what's your Instagram? And then he like followed me. And then I like later on in the day, I went to his Instagram, and it's like his account name like has like fuck in it or something. And he's just like posting all this weird shit. And I'm like, this is the termite guy looking for termites in my house.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I trust this guy or not. But I was like, whatever. It was just really fucking weird.
Good time of day to do it, too.
Yeah, it was just bizarre. It was a weird thing to happen, and especially right after you wake up,
Yeah.
to just be surprised by that. So that's been my week, just that.
Yeah, my week has not been eventful at all. I've actually been enjoying my break.
You know what?
And
I'm
I
gonna
am bragging about that because
Yeah.
I am not going to have a break for the next year and a half. So
Right.
I didn't want to hear it,
No, I get it.
I don't want to hear about, oh, you should be working.
Well, I should have. Yeah, I mean, I did the same thing. I was just like, I'm gonna take 2 weeks off, and I did, and it was great until like the last 3 to 5 days. And this is how it was last year because I took a break too during this time, and I just get like horribly depressed when I'm not working because I'm just like I don't know. It feels like I'm doing nothing, even though I'm doing stuff. Like I'm playing disc golf. I'm doing this.
Yeah, I
played
think
a lot of disc golf.
I think that's I can only handle probably about 5 days off,
Yeah,
and then after that it's like,
I gotta fucking do something.
yeah.
Even though, like, again, like I'm active, I'm hanging out with you guys, we're doing stuff.
I mean,
But
I'm
it's
not
like my
kidding when I say like
brain-
whenever I'm not doing anything with you guys, I'm literally just like on Instagram or TikTok or something.
Oh,
like that. So
you
I'm not
don't-
doing anything.
Trust me, you don't have to. You don't have to
think-
suspend disbelief.
Yeah, no, I know.
No offense, but
yeah, no, but I mean, I literally don't do anything else.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Which is good.
That's
Fucking do whatever you want.
That's what I've heard a lot of is that being boring is intimate too.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
It's not really boring. You're still doing something. It's
Yeah.
just,
not very productive.
right. But I think in my mind, it's like I'm already so swallowed by the
Consumer.
I've been so like I've already been like fucked over money wise.
Yeah.
By my tax debacle of last year.
Yeah, the
That
great
like
tax debacle of 22,
23.
23,
Where like if I'm not
federal year 22,
if exactly
fiscal year 22.
fiscal. I got fiscal the other day.
Yeah.
By the termite guy. Me and him got fiscal.
Wow.
We started to fight. Went to the doctor and got
He's
a
over here
fiscal.
poking around, and you're like, I could start poking around on you.
Once you're done poking around for that wood, why don't you poke around on my
wood.
wood, on this wood? And then I pulled it
But
out.
then you pull out a 9-iron.
Yeah. We started practicing our swing.
Start back to the swing.
And my dad was like, I got
I
to
didn't,
get out of
I
here.
didn't even know you guys practice golf.
And then my dad pulled out his
Then he
7-iron.
pulled out his wood.
His 4 wood. But what was I saying?
The fiscal year.
If I'm already like in the brain of like if I'm not doing something that like this sounds so annoying to say, but that I'm doing something where I'm not making money,
Yeah.
I'm like depressed. Which is like that sucks.
I think
Because I can do it, like you said, I can do it for like a few days, but
Yeah.
after a certain amount of time, it's like I'm not fucking doing anything, even though I
Yeah.
have been. But I'm like, what am I doing to make money? And it's like I hate saying that because it's like,
but I mean that's
I
a
hate
million
that,
that's
like-
a million that's a millionaire mindset.
yeah, but that's why I hate it because it's like, no, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to sound like that, but it's just my truth,
I think
Mine. my struggle.
yeah, there you go.
Do you want to talk about the tunnels?
Yeah, so let's talk about the tunnels in Mein Kampf.
I didn't say that, dude.
No, you said my struggle, which
Right.
is but anyway.
Oh, is that what that means?
yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even know.
I can't tell if you're kidding or not.
What about this?
Thought about killing myself.
Yeah. No, but the thing that made me realize, oh, I've been off for a while was I went to the bookstore, spent
Humble brag.
yeah, I went to the bookstore, humble brag.
Wait, can I just stop you right there? I wanted to bring this up to you, and I almost messaged you about it. You bought a Kindle. Why are you buying books?
I had a gift card for Christmas. I had to spend the gift
that's
card.
true. Okay.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Hey, give me a sec. All right. No, I bought a Kindle. I have it on me.
You have the gift card? Oh, you have the Kindle.
I have the Kindle on me. Keep that shit on me, you know.
Keep that shit on me.
Could be the move. Yeah, so my parents had gotten the gift card before I had bought my Kindle, so they probably would have gotten me a Kindle gift card or an Amazon gift card to spend on Kindle stuff.
Right.
But my mom had already been to like Barnes and Noble and got me a $50 gift card.
Damn, $50.
I mean, that's literally
good.
that's $3.
Right. Well, right.
Yeah,
I thought you got like 5 books.
I did. So I spent all that and then spent an extra $40 on top of that. So it was, and so that was whenever I was like, ooh. I was like, oh, I'm not making money right now.
Yeah.
And so I was like, let's try not to do that again.
Right.
So
Done
that's
that more times than I can count.
yeah. I am very good at just not doing something. I used to be
Maybe
like,
you get paid for it. Be an influencer.
yeah, exactly.
You gotta be way more attractive though, dude.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta be like that termite guy.
I gotta be like Matt
Rob.
No, what's the name of the comedian that got all the
Matt
work
Rife.
done? Yeah, Matt Rife.
Yeah. He does stuff though, dude. He's out there on the front lines of comedy.
No, you're right. He's
Defending our nation.
He's on the he's on like the precipice of comedy.
The coming edge.
Yeah. But yeah, that was also one of the days I realized I was like, oh, I haven't worked in a minute. Because I had spent all that money, and one day too, I had bought lunch and then got that, and I was like,
You've been
oh.
working some.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I've been off for like a week.
Yeah.
I've been off since last Sunday. So,
You need time, man.
well, I guess I did work Friday.
Right.
Doesn't feel like it though. That was the worst day of my life.
Of my wife.
Of my wife.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Do I even know? What was the worst?
I'll tell you later. It's not really that exciting, but it's really fucking annoying. Let me put it that way.
Oh, I don't know if I know about that. Surprisingly.
Well, because I came home and slept till like 9.
Oh, it was an early.
It was a day. Yeah.
First of all, I forgot to say this at the top, but happy post-insurrection day.
Yeah. How'd you celebrate?
I
I drove to Jefferson City and crawled up the wall there.
What did I do to celebrate? I think I burned down a scale model of the White House.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I did. I think.
I have a
Blew it up.
White House Lego set that you can burn down next year.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was the off-brand one though.
Oh, Mega Blocks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Mega Blocks.
Right. But someone decided to get a little cheeky and celebrate their insurrection day at Bass Pro, and it was
It was a little bit more than cheeky.
he was a little.
He was little.
So here's the I'm not even where the fuck is QuickTime? We're gonna start a new screen recording right now. There's no way you people have not seen this. Actually, I can't even show it. I guess I could show it. You can't really see anything.
No, you can't. No, because you literally can't.
literally can't.
You literally can't.
I don't even know what he said there.
What a moron.
Fuck me in the ass or something?
That's usually not what you want to tell Popo.
I heard some guy
This
in the
is
background
my
say-
favorite part.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
He gets like put out.
And they don't even run over after him. They're like nowhere to be found yet. And
Yeah,
then there they
they're just
are.
like, all right.
This is my favorite part though, that people haven't been posting. So after this is kind of boring. They cuff them, whatever.
cost this fool a pretty matter at this point.
But then, hold on. Get away from my asshole. Could you see it? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Don't kill me. You're gonna kill me. This is the best part.
Holy
That
shit.
nobody's talking about is the cop just starts dragging him.
I mean, it's a cement floor. You can do that. He's slick.
He's like a seal.
Grab the hair.
Wow, that's great.
He's clean. Like his butt's clean. So then they give him they throw a blanket on him, but then they walk him out. So in case you're listening on audio,
It's a
It's a
naked man in a pond at the Big Bass Pro Shop at a
Fish
big
tank.
Fish tank.
pond. What if they
I
put
mean,
a pond?
it is like a pond though.
Yeah, but it's a fish tank.
It's a big fish tank.
A pond would be that would be a weird thing to see,
I mean, they have a pond in the Bass Pro Pyramid.
just like one on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, it's the famous Alabama man jumping in the
Not Florida, not Tennessee.
Alabama.
Alabama.
My least favorite state in the whole world.
Smells like gas down there.
I didn't know that.
Or dirt.
Dirt. Yeah, so this was on Insurrection Day. This man, I was just trying to find his name. I have two different articles that I was kind of reading. 42-year-old George Owens.
42. That's a rough
Yeah, I
looking
know,
42.
I was going to say that. Yeah, apparently how the story goes is that he was with two family members outside of the Bass Pro. It was around like 9 o'clock, which I was...
In the morning?
No, at night.
Oh.
I was like, I didn't even know they stayed open that late.
Me neither.
And
I could go do this.
we could do it right now.
Yeah.
We could do it right now. Maybe. I mean,
Why do we look over there as if there was a clock on the wall?
there's a digital one.
I can't
There's
see. I can't. How do you read that?
I can read it if I squint
I cannot read that.
because of the light. You can't read that even at all?
No.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, I'm colorblind.
It's okay, man. Apparently he was having some sort of mental breakdown,
yeah.
a mental episode with two family members in his car in the parking lot of Bass Pro.
Which is
And
always a
then-
good place to handle any type of familial relationship problems.
Yeah, anytime I've had any episodes, I just go to the Bass Pro parking lot and just
I
figure
take
it
my
out.
family members over there. And I'm like, guys, can we talk this out?
Can we like climb on one of the boats and talk it out?
I gotta get on one of these boats.
And then proceeded to apparently purposefully crash his car into like a light pole in the parking lot, and then run inside, get naked, and jump into the fish tank.
Honestly, I don't even think. I think he could probably even just be charged with like property damage. This is my guess. Property
Okay.
damage.
Because I know.
Yeah, property damage, public mischief, and public nudity.
So he was charged with public lewdness,
Yeah.
disorderly conduct, and criminal mischief. So pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
You pretty much hit it right on the head. But yeah, I mean, it was
Because it's the same thing that happened, and we're not
Something happened
talking
to
about
you.
it. No, we're not talking about the Jewish tunnels, but that's what the same, the Jewish tunnel people
Yeah.
who were actually legitimately digging the tunnel out of the synagogue, also got charged with those same things.
really
Not the lewdness.
Yeah, I was say even public lewdness.
Not the lewdness, but the other two
I
charges.
mean,
there.
we don't know.
We don't know. Maybe they could have been. I mean, think about it, Carson. You're naked under those clothes.
It's true. Yeah, he apparently went in and did a cannonball. This is actually him jumping back in.
Oh, really?
He jumped in and then got out, and then he dives in, and then he falls over the
Oh,
edge.
dude, that had to have hurt.
So it's sad that he was probably going through a mental episode, but also like if you're gonna get naked in public where there's
Why not do it at a
possibly
Bass Pro?
children around,
Oh.
then fuck you. You're a piece of shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna laugh
Sorry.
at you for being an idiot. You know, sorry that you had a mental breakdown, but don't fucking do that. If you're not in the right mind of that, then there's a real mental issue going
I would
on.
say that he should have just went to a porno theater
Yeah, and jumped in there.
and jumped in their fish tank, which they probably have.
So that wasn't even a clip of the week, but it technically was. It was one of my favorites. And then this one came up, not a clip, unfortunately. No clip.
Man, I wish there was a clip for this. What I saw this news story, I saw the title of this, I saw the article. Didn't really read into it, and I wanted to find a video of this. I thought that maybe that's why the story came out, is because there was like, here's a video of this guy sitting on the toilet and he blows up. Because I mean, X or Twitter or whatever does not have problems showing people fucking dying on there.
Oh yeah, no problem.
That is all death clips now.
Suggesting it to me.
Yeah.
I watch all of them too. So
Yeah.
Florida,
Maybe that's why you're so depressed. Anyway.
Florida man sues Dunkin for $50,000 in damages. Now I saw somewhere else that he sued for $100,000. So after claiming exploding toilet left him covered in feces.
This reminds me of the Home
that happened to
Depot.
you.
Yeah, it happened to me. No, it reminds me of the Home Depot story a couple years ago, where a guy was like, "Oh, don't go in there. I blew it up," or like, "Oh,
anything about that.
I dropped a bomb in that bathroom," and he kept saying it like all the time at like a Home Depot, and the cops got called for a bomb threat
Oh shit.
because this guy actually did take a shit in there,
Right.
and it exploded the bathroom and
Right.
dropped a bomb, and they thought that he was actually like pooping, and he was actually dropping a real
Dropping
bomb.
bombs and-
Yeah. Anyway. Reminds
I
me,
don't
it's
know
very
anything about
similar.
that. Yeah. A man in Florida, well, we already read that. Paul Kiros. Curacao. Paul Kirak claims that in 2022 he suffered severe and long-term
Okay,
injuries.
but man, this has been almost a year and a half now.
Get over it.
Get over it.
This is like, well, I was gonna make a really
Kerouac.
inappropriate joke there, and I'm glad I didn't.
Kerouac,
Let's just spend the next hour trying to figure it out.
please.
Severe and long-term injuries after the toilet exploded in the men's room of a Dunkin' store in Winter Park, Florida. Xerox said both he and the interior of the room were covered with debris, including human feces and urine.
Listen,
following
man, you
the
should have just
incident.
flushed the toilet.
Yeah, dude, don't explode it.
You didn't have to blow it up, literally.
After leaving the room, he said he tried to get help from the staff at the store and was told that they were aware of the problem with the toilet as prior incidents with the toilet had occurred. Per the lawsuit, he comes out covered in shit,
and piss, smelling like shit,
shaking.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, there's like,
No, you're
"Oh."
you're him. You're him.
Okay. The toilet exploded. can start over. Take two. The toilet exploded.
What was that?
The toilet exploded. It
Oh
exploded.
yeah, no, we heard about that. The problem with the toilet. Yeah, we were working on that.
I'm covered in shit and piss right now.
Is that what that smell is? I thought that was like the
You
donuts.
can see it on me. I'm literally covered in it. You're making the donuts and they smell like shit and piss.
Yeah.
Why did you?
We'll get that. We'll go check that out.
Okay, well, why don't you go to the doctor and get that nose checked out? Because if you're smelling shit and piss while making donuts, there might be a real issue. Oh, I just thought that was the donuts.
No, I thought that was just the donuts.
That I took a shit in.
That I took a
earlier.
shit and I eat my shit.
The suit goes on to say that Xerox is now, it's going to call him that, Curacao is now in counseling and requires mental health care due to the trauma he experienced. There's a line in here that I love, and it's coming up here real soon. It says he suffered bodily injury and psychological damages resulting in pain and suffering, disability, permanent and significant emotional injury, mental anguish, and loss of the capacity for the enjoyment of life.
That's actually pretty good. Expensive
I
medical
love
care
when
and
people throw
treatment.
that line in there. Yeah, expensive medical care
I mean,
treatment.
if let's just say this is like, think about it. You know, this is the one time that
Here goes
this
Gary
is.
V.
This is. I mean, think about it.
Okay, guys. Now,
Think about it.
Imagine one day that you walk
But
into a
this is-
Dunkin' and you get shit covered all over you.
And they throw shit at you as you walk in through the door.
That'll make you appreciate life a lot more.
This is like the time that most people are vulnerable is in the bathroom. You know, so I mean, like, you know.
No,
you're-
I'm just wondering where this is going.
No. I'm just saying that, you know, of course he probably has loss of the capacity for the enjoyment of life because now he can't sit on a toilet anymore without thinking the toilet's gonna fucking explode.
Right.
He's jumping off the toilet, like he's sitting on it and he goes,
He hears it flush a little too hard.
he drops one and then he jumps really high.
I mean, yeah, like a Tom and Jerry thing. You're unplugging yourself over here.
Oh, whoops.
I really just want to know how did the toilet explode? What part of it exploded?
Yeah, like was it like a fucking?
they said it's
was it like a
happened
real
before?
bomb,
Because that
or was it that it was just like ejaculating it back out into the world,
ejaculating it?
ejecting it back out into the
There
world?
you go. Well, because that's what it has to be. Because it couldn't
Sorry,
have
I'm
actually.
just always on like a porno mind.
I get it, man. I get it. I get it, dude. I get it. You gotta get that figured out, though. I've been looking at Covenant Eyes, and you've been busy.
I've been pretty fucking busy.
So the actual toilet couldn't have exploded because they said it's happened many times before. Apparently,
Maybe
They've
just had a
issues
problem
with
flushing.
it before. So yeah, I don't know if it's like spew. It has to be like spewing back out at him, like something with the water pressure is my
Yeah.
guess. But the fact they keep saying it exploded draws further questions
For you.
for me. It's funny because have you ever? I don't know if this would happen to you because you've never really had like a injury or like a major surgery, but
Yeah, I have. I slammed my finger in a car door.
did that the other day.
I had to get stitches.
Did you
I was
really?
like, yeah.
Dude,
I was on the way home from piano practice. I don't even remember. It was on this finger.
give me the story because I want to see if it lines up.
Yeah, so I was.
Because I slammed this fucking nerd's hand. No, I was kidding.
So like we were coming home and we parked in the garage and I had my music bag in one hand and I was holding it and put my hand in the van door like track
Yeah.
and just close it because it was like not a main. It was not an
Close it
automatic.
on yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, you're just fucking stupid.
No,
then.
I know, but it was like second grade. I was like 7.
Right.
Right, but that happened,
Okay.
and so then we went to the hospital
Because
and they told me I was very brave. They said I have never seen a young man take a needle like that in the finger and not freak out like that.
I had to get stitches when I was a little kid too, dude. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I don't.
Not on my hand though. It was on my knee. On my knee. Got sliced open at a friend's birthday party. Still don't really know how it happened.
So, but you were saying
But
what the
I
story
was saying
gonna
with
be.
because I don't know what it was, but when I was a kid, I feel like in my memory, I feel like every month I was getting my hands like slammed in a car door.
Really?
It was happening so often. I feel I have so many memories, different. Maybe they're all blending together, but I feel like different memories of getting my hands slammed in the door.
You know,
And
now that you mention
it's
it,
never happened since.
well, yeah, that's true. I always remember my fingers feeling really bruised all the time.
Yeah.
Not because I was like punching anybody, but because I
Right.
was slamming my finger in car doors all the time.
I also had
Or
my
like barely missing myself, so it was like
Yeah.
nicking me.
I had my hand slammed in a like
Blender.
like a trailer door
Really?
once, and
And
that I remember
band?
that
Was it
hurt
for
really
band
bad.
camp?
No. This is when I was a young man.
No, actually, I take that back. I think that was like, because I feel like I say a lot of things happen in second grade, not on the show, but just in general.
Yeah.
I think that happened like third grade or
Okay.
fourth grade. The second grade, I got hit in the nose by a baseball.
Damn.
Yeah.
Broke it?
Yeah. My
Oh,
nose was
really?
like literally on the other side of my face.
Oh shit.
But
They have to pop it back
no,
in?
they were just like, it'll go back in a couple days.
Oof.
Yeah.
So that's what's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to whatever
Well, they
I was
asked,
saying.
they were like, well, do you want us to pop it back into place? And I was like, no.
Did they really?
Yeah. And I'm like, no. And they're like,
Oh.
because it might hurt. And I'm like, no.
Wait, so they can either pop it back into place or it'll go back
Yeah,
on
it just
its own?
yeah. They're like, it's not like entirely broken. It'd be different if like my nose was like, you know, but it's like,
Dislocated.
yeah, if it was like dislocated, I guess, and dislocated my nose. But if it was like actually broken and you like, you know, like padding and stuff like that, it just made my eyes black for a couple days.
Oof. Back to me though.
Yeah.
And
back to you.
Maybe this has happened to you, and maybe it just happens at a normal doctor's office. But
It's a wonder why I didn't become a personal injury lawyer.
right on my post-op
Deathbed.
on my post-op appointments when I would go in so they could check on my back or
You
my
would
neck or
slam your finger in the door.
whatever. I would scream and holler, and they would be like, "Why is he doing this again?" Carson, you don't have to be in pain. We already know what you went through. No, they would give me like a checklist that would be like,
Don't slam your finger in a car door.
don't do it again. Have you slammed your finger in a car door recently?
Have you
in the
sat
past
on a
24
toilet that has
hours?
exploded in the last 24 hours?
Dunkin'.
Yeah, Dunkin.
Formerly known as. And there would always be a question on there that would be like, has your injury made you lose the capacity for the enjoyment of life? And I always thought that was funny because I'm like, if I'm coming in here and that's how I feel. Like, what if it would be so funny to check that it did, and then to go and be like, how you doing, Carson? Doing good. Yeah, everything's going great. It's just be like, well, we're seeing on your list that you lost the
It says
capacity
that you're
for
like
the enjoyment of
depressed 7
life.
days out of the last 7 days, and you also lost the capacity for the enjoyment of life. What do you think about that?
Oh.
how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, actually. Yeah, actually, things are going pretty good recently, and yeah, things are healing up pretty good.
So like, so you're not losing the enjoyment of life?
Not currently. No, I'm actually doing pretty good right now. Yeah.
So like after the injury, immediately did you feel that?
No, not even a little bit, actually.
Can you explain the answer of why you checked that box?
It's just sometimes. I mean, it does happen,
Right.
but it's not all the time.
All right. Yeah, we'll give you. You know what? We'll check.
I'm gonna
in.
go slam my hand in the car door. Yeah, that's literally this. Oh no, there's more. Hold on,
Whoa,
wait,
hey.
there might be more.
Whoa.
Oh no, this is the funniest part because this is Business Insider that I'm looking at, fake news, and because it's one of those articles where they don't have enough information about it, that at the very end they just goes, the business rebranded in 2019, and then they give a whole explanation of the rebranding, and it's like, just give me like a paragraph of like all you know, and then don't give me this fucking bullshit.
I will say that's the nice thing
so
about visiting
funny.
local news stations is that they literally just post
Yeah.
like the big blurb
Right.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they'll have the video that they shot that night on the article, which is just verbatim
Yeah.
what the article says.
Yeah. That's smart.
Yeah.
So that was the Dunkin Donuts exploding toilet. If you've lost, maybe I'll title this episode "Loss of Capacity."
Yeah, loss.
Whatever
for the,
it is, I can't. I don't know why I can't
loss
say
of
it.
It's interesting because it sounds like it should be the loss for the capacity of the enjoyment of life, but it's the loss of the capacity for the enjoyment of life.
It's long, but I think it would be funny as
Yeah.
the episode title. Gavin, I think you know what we're gonna be doing next. Open up Garage
Oh boy,
Band.
do I.
I can ramble on for a few more. Yeah, so I actually don't like Dunkin' Donuts coffee at all. I've had it. I've had bad coffee more often than I've had good coffee there.
I'm only gonna play the first half of this because it just repeats. I literally just copied the bars. So.
Oh,
Welcome.
that's nice.
Yeah.
I like that little short one.
Yeah. Wow, that sounded great, man.
I'm still
Is
on
your- Are you
dial-up.
plugged all the way in?
Yeah, I'm just on dial-up.
Oh, okay.
It's literally just this app. It has nothing to do with anything else.
Oh, okay. So this week, this is the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, Nevada. Maybe you've heard
Sorry,
of
I
it.
was thirsty.
So this is
It's hot
not
out
really
there
in
in the desert.
chronological order. This is all just kind of spontaneous because it comes up on my page and it comes up on my Instagram page feed and stuff like that because I follow like 4 tech news accounts.
Yeah.
Nerd. Yeah. And you can call me that. Legally, you're allowed to call me that. I don't blame you.
Legally, you are
Allowed to call me that. I don't blame you. And the so these are not in any particular order. What? Oh, really? Okay,
We'll talk
cool.
about it
Yeah.
in a minute. Yep.
So, this was a story from last week that came out just after we started recording. I saw it like the Wednesday. Maybe we record on Tuesday.
No, we recorded on Wednesday.
We recorded on Wednesday. Just after that, this is where, because some of these tech companies will release news right before these conferences, which is kind of like annoying because they're like, oh, we got to jump the gun a little bit. You know, we got to make sure that everybody knows what you're looking at whenever you walk in. So we're not getting 100 questions of, hey, what's this?
It's like the pre-cum of the
It
conference.
really is. It truly is. So this is going to be controversial. I'm labeling this controversial.
Shit.
This is something that I think is going to piss off a lot of Office users. This is going to be for the people that still have Office jobs and still work in an office and regularly interact with the Windows operating system. You guys are in for a treat, especially if you're not a big fan of AI or its counterparts. So Microsoft is adding a new key, which is replacing
A nookie?
a new key, which is replacing
I did it all for a nookie.
a new key, which is replacing the like alt menu option on the right side of your keyboard for Windows users.
You just said alt and right. I'm already out.
Yeah. So Microsoft is adding a new key to PC keyboards for the first time since 1994. So
Wow.
Microsoft pushed throughout 2020. This is from Ars Technica, written by Andrew Cunningham. Shout out.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Microsoft pushed throughout 2023 to add generative AI capabilities to its software, even extending its new Copilot AI assistant to Windows 10 late last year, which we're now on Windows 11 for those of you. So it's interesting that they even went back into an old operating system and added it there too.
Wow.
Now, those efforts to transform PCs at a software level is extending to the hardware. Microsoft is adding a dedicated Copilot key to PC keyboards, adjusting the standard Windows keyboard layout for the first time since the Windows key first appeared on its natural keyboard in 1994. The first laptop that will be coming out with this is going to be the Dell XPS series of laptops. You may know this because it once had the claim to fame of having the thinnest bezels on a laptop computer.
With these people, and it's been good. I enjoy it.
What's the recommended amount of dedicated RAM I should have
Yeah,
to server?
exactly. So this is just
When does that laptop come out?
I think early a few weeks from now.
Okay.
But so Microsoft, the official Microsoft blog introduced it. They said, today we're excited to take the next significant step forward and introduce a new Copilot key to Windows 11 PCs. In this new year, we will be ushering in a significant shift towards a more personal and intelligent computing future where AI will be seamlessly woven into Windows from the system to the silicon to the hardware. This will not only simplify people's computing experience, but also amplify it, making 2024 the year of the AI PC. So basically, they're adding a new key, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Now, do you think this is going to be a huge flop and it'll go away?
Yes.
Like Windows
100%.
XP? Yeah.
I think
Because and you might have already explained it.
This is just my thing with it is that I think the reason is obviously because Microsoft is spending an ungodly, and I'm not kidding when I say this, like an ungodly amount of money to make sure these AIs work every single day. I've heard like from OpenAI, it's like $50 million a day.
I've heard.
So if it's something similar to that in that range, the fact they're just going all in on it, and I think to a power user, they're not going to use it. To someone who is completely tech illiterate, they don't really give a shit. They're not going to use it.
Right.
It's
they're
for
going to
like,
hit it and then get pissed off.
Yeah, and they're going to be like, "What the fuck? I didn't mean to press that fucking key."
I know you probably already. Can you, for dumb people like me, what is the button do when you hit it?
It brings up the AI like typing thing. So so it like brings up like an AI. It would be like going on OpenAI or something like that to ChatGPT.
It would be like if I had a hotkey to Google.
Yeah. Or a hotkey to Siri.
This is big news.
Yeah. I know, which I mean, it's mainly big news because it's changing the keyboard. So basically, from every year out, every day here out, and you can't reprogram it. That's the other part. As of right now, as it stands right now, you can't reprogram it to anything else. It has to be that dedicated AI key.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Which is also what Samsung did with the Galaxy S8 series. I think S8 was the first year they introduced the Bixby key, where you were not able to remap it. And then the next year, they're like, oh, hey, you can actually remap it to whatever you want.
I don't even know what key that is.
And Apple has a very similar button now on their iPhone 15 Pro series.
They took away the home button.
They took away... Yeah, it's kind of like when they took away the home button. But it's like they're replacing the mute switch on the side with a whole button that you can reprogram. So you could theoretically have that open to ChatGPT, to Google AI, or to Google Bard, or make it Microsoft AI. Microsoft is rebranding the Edge browser to like Microsoft Edge, an AI browser or something like that.
They're still keeping it at the Edge.
They continue edging. Yeah.
Good for them.
So yeah, that was something that was on my radar. I just figured people would want to know. The next thing, which I thought was pretty cool because it comes from another YouTuber.
I saw a glimpse of this and I was like, Gavin's going to tell me, so I'm not even going to read up.
It's really cool. I don't mind it at all. I think
cool.
it's cool. It makes okay. Anyway, so what this is it's a BlackBerry-like iPhone case. So this is going to be. Why is it not letting me click on the link? Oh, because it's
not letting me click. Uh-oh.
Technical. Oh, there it is. I have to click all the way down here. So this is a new, and maybe you could show a picture on this or whatever. But for our audio listeners, there is a case that is coming out that basically features a keyboard that is like very much like a BlackBerry that fits on the bottom of your phone. It plugs in. It's a case in and of itself that you will like plug in your Lightning cable to, or your USB-C if you're on an iPhone 15 series. And you're able to plug it into the bottom of your phone, and it's like a case for your phone too.
Now, getting a closer look at it, because I just very swiftly saw it, that makes your phone so obnoxiously long.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So
like, it's so impractical,
it makes it like remote control level long, like super duper long. Right. For like no reason.
Which just feels like you have like one of the old phones. Like an old car phone.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe this is nostalgic for some people, but this is going.
Could you imagine holding it like this?
Yeah,
like that would be like holding your phone like this.
It is. Yeah,
like,
it's exactly like that.
Not even. It's like it's like way up there.
Exactly like that. It's like holding it really close by the bottom of your phone.
Yeah.
Adding a keyboard to the bottom of your phone essentially.
Right.
Not using the bottom third. Now, in my opinion, what if they could? What would have made it a lot cooler is if it was like a flip phone case that you would flip up and down.
Yeah, that would make more sense, I think.
But
imagine trying to put that sucker in your pocket.
No, exactly. It'd stick out and it would fall out because I feel like that keyboard is pretty hefty.
Yeah, it would have to be, I think.
So a new company called Clicks Technology has announced an iPhone case with a built-in keyboard on the bottom. The case is called Clicks 2. The case is also called Clicks. Okay. That's what they should have put.
Right.
It's available for $139, and the iPhone 14 Pro version starts shipping on February 1st, with 15 Pro going out mid-March. The company is also taking reservations for $159 iPhone 15 Pro Max model, which is coming in early spring. But
Max with that on there?
Yeah, it's gonna be huge. Whether whether any of them is a reasonable purchase is between you and your conscience. Clicks, which was started by Michael Fisher and Kevin McCulloch, aka Mr. Mobile and Crackberry Kevin.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but Mr. Mobile is actually someone that's I
You
have
know who that
watched.
is? Okay.
Yeah, I've watched for a couple years, but I got put on by our friend Zach.
But then Crackhead Kevin.
Yeah, but Crackberry Kevin.
Oh, excuse me.
I
sorry.
never heard of him before, but it's very interesting that this is another YouTuber foray into a market.
Yeah.
And it's perfect for him because this guy reviews phones. What do you
You're
know?
so perfect.
Yeah. So I think it's really cool. I think it's cool, and you can actually use shortcuts like you would on your Mac.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
I think it's fun. It's goofy.
I think it's very impractical.
Yeah. I think if
unfortunately.
they can make it's interesting because the iPhone actually does have like Command C, Command V in the programming, so there's no extra app that you have to download for this yet. Well, they want you to because like you can customize more stuff, but
Yeah.
it is built into the iOS that like Command V is in that. So you
But there's
can
no
use,
command button on the.
No, there is.
But on
There's-
our keyboard,
yeah, it is right here.
on your phone keyboard.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
yeah.
what I
yeah.
meant.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it would be pointless.
Yeah.
Really.
So it's coming out in like 2 colors. It also would be a little bit different if it slid out of the bottom.
Yeah.
I think so. It was like more of an optional thing, and that will probably be the case number 2.
Like you said, flip or slide out.
yeah,
makes
I think
more
that would
sense.
probably be in the future for them. If I had to guess, probably they're already working on it. Not going to spoil it, but yeah, it's the clicks will give the iPhone TV remote-like proportions, and then it will probably feel pretty awkward at first. The case also does not have a built-in magnet, so MagSafe accessories like chargers and wallets won't stick to it very well. But nobody I know uses MagSafe anymore at this point. So, but yeah,
Cool.
They were formed from former employees of Apple, BlackBerry, and Google. So
All right.
I'm sure they know what they're doing.
They know what
But yeah, it
a
is-
keyboard looks like.
It puts what they say in here. They said, Clicks brings the tactility and precision of a physical keyboard to iPhone, so people don't have to wait until they get back to their desks to create or communicate with the satisfying feedback only real buttons can provide. And it also puts a focus on the content and not taking up the bottom third of your screen with a keyboard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Quibi.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a BlackBerry? I almost said black phone. Did you ever have a BlackBerry?
No, I had a slide-up phone though.
I did too.
Yeah.
I had yeah, no, I did.
Yeah,
I had
slide phone.
Wait, did you have a slide up?
Like
Like
it was like
landscape
this.
or slide up?
landscape. Slide
Oh,
up
I had a
landscape.
slide up horizontal
Yeah.
one. That would be landscape. I'm talking about
Vertical.
you have one that went vertical.
No, I have one that went landscape.
so
horizontal.
sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's same. That's the same thing I
But
had.
I could still use it vertical as like a regular phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. And then it also had it was touchscreen. It was the
Yeah.
slowest touchscreen
Yeah.
in the world. So I would never use that. But
And I
yeah,
was not allowed to open the internet.
You were not allowed to?
Yeah, they're like,
Oh,
don't
wow.
open. My grandparents were like, don't open that. It costs 10 cents every time you load it up.
Oh shit! I wonder
Yeah.
if that did it to mine because
Yeah.
I didn't use it was
Because
so
we didn't have like
slow.
data, right?
Right.
But yeah,
It was
really
so slow, so I don't even know how much I really used it. Anyways,
And the camera was really bad too.
it was really bad.
Yeah.
I
But,
have it somewhere. I think it's in a box over there.
Yeah.
But
Probably, yeah,
I,
I
had a
think,
Black-
mine is
I
too.
think my brother had a BlackBerry
And I knew a lot of like
or like an off
a lot of big business people in my life at the time were using Blackberries.
you were a baby business
yeah,
boy.
I was a nepo baby businessman.
I get it.
So this is actually just on another YouTuber note. This is also just in the tech world, I guess, kind of. Counts. If anybody knows the Game Theory channel, professional YouTuber for the last 13 years, Matthew Patrick, a.k.a. Matt Pat, is retiring from the Game Theory channel and handing it off to someone else starting May 9th.
So was that? I know nothing about this.
Yeah,
motherfucker. Was
so-
that his channel?
Yeah, that was his channel. He started it by himself.
But now he has like other people.
He's got like a whole team behind him now.
Okay.
And he's handing it off to someone else that was also writing on the videos.
But it's has
very
any-
emotional for him because like,
Oh, I
you
can
know,
imagine.
Yeah.
Did he say what's the why? Why is he leaving?
He felt it was time, and he also has 2 kids now.
Oh, okay.
So, and he also saw like Tom Scott.
Yeah, I saw that.
He also is he's taking away time from his main channel to focus on his podcast.
Oh.
But he's not posting as often or if at all on his main channel.
Yeah.
And And it's also just a lot of people are starting to get tired of the mental anguish that being on YouTube provides, because
Yeah, I get that.
there's not a consistent flow of income, and like nothing's guaranteed on YouTube.
Right.
So,
But he'll probably still get some money from it, I would hope.
yeah, I'm sure he'll probably be involved in some capacity, but seems like he's at least taking a couple years away from what it sounds like he wants to be done. Like he wants to come home and not have to worry about what content he's going to come home and make. Or, he said, I want to sit at home with my wife and play video games and not worry about how I'm going to make content out of this.
Yeah. That makes
And,
sense.
he was very emotional in the first half of the video, but yeah, he's like totally done doing it, which is huge because he's been doing it for the last 13 years. And
Right.
he was in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. He explained that like he hosted the Streamies last year. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like he was become well known, and like people reference like, that's just a theory,
Right.
a game theory. They reference that all the time in other videos, and he really respects that. Like he has made a legacy for himself on YouTube in a way.
I feel like it seems like a weird time for him to be done because
You would think it's top
I
of the
didn't
game,
know
right?
who he was until
The Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
or Streamies.
Yeah.
And then I forgot about who he was.
Yeah.
But like he seems to be like well known now.
Yeah, and he also
Whereas
said,
like maybe he was before and I just didn't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
that
It
would
just
be
seems
like if
he
we
is
started a
now more than
YouTube
ever.
channel. That would be like if we started a YouTube channel right now, right, and then did it for the next 13 years, because he's 37,
Right.
and I'm 24. You're about to turn 24 in a few months, and like he started when he was 24, so like that's that amount of time.
Oh wow. Okay.
And he said he's 37 now,
Yeah.
so which is kind of crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, so that was a big announcement that came out today.
Nice.
So he said they're doing like 10 more theories for the next 9 weeks or whatever. And then the next part, which is something that I think is very cool, very expensive right now, and probably won't be able to come out to the general public in a long time. There is a transparent OLED, which is like technology, right? The TV. And LG is putting out a transparent OLED TV, which is really cool. It's literally transparent. It looks 3D, but it's just a glass pane, essentially. And there's video that they have audio in here, so you're gonna have to play it.
Okay.
I don't want to show the audio. I just kind of, because the guy like does his own analysis of it.
This one, right?
Yep, the yellow one.
I almost can't believe.
No, turn
this is
off the
real.
audio.
Turn off the
Yeah,
audio, sorry.
so like it looks 3D, right?
Oh,
And,
okay.
But yeah, there's like moving pictures on this see-through TV.
Huh.
And they have not announced the price for it, but it's definitely for the millionaires
Right.
right now.
So it's not even out yet.
No, it's not.
Okay.
But it looks 3D, and you can also put up a panel behind it to make it not see-through anymore.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like it's almost like going back to like the old TV, the old cabinet TVs.
Yeah. Because that's the other thing they
it's
mentioned in this
thick.
video is that the LG's not sure if it also comes with a box that you can plug everything into, and it like remotely projects it there.
Okay.
But they're not sure if they want to sell all the furniture that goes with it too.
Right.
Like that whole thing around the TV, they're thinking like, oh, we don't know if we want it by itself or with all that stuff around it, because it seems like all that stuff around it kind of exaggerates the TV, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just that, then it's kind of like there's no point, because we kind of have to sell it in this box.
Right.
Because otherwise there's no point, because it'd just be like looking at a TV on the wall, especially a transparent one.
I mean, it's interesting.
And Samsung also has one of micro LED stuff, which is just essentially the same shit, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
I mean, it's very
cool concept. It's very cool.
cool concept, but again, it's just like we have these skinny, tiny TVs
That weigh, like,
that are
20
mostly
pounds.
wireless,
Right.
and cheap,
Yeah.
very cheap if you want to get a nice TV nowadays. That I just feel like this is going back in time.
Yeah.
And it just seems like an overblown projector.
And they even said he even says in this video that it doesn't look as good as a normal TV nowadays.
That's what I was gonna say.
Nowadays.
I was going to say that, but I was like, well, obviously we're looking at it from an iPhone recording. So I'd have to see it in person. But to me, it just looks like a shitty home theater projector screen to me, which I already don't really like the look of.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I would
exactly.
rather look at like a TV screen.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it always just feels flat and the colors don't seem right to me.
Yeah,
The
it's always
projector.
like what's the word? Very high contrast.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so they have it makes it look 3D in some situations.
Right.
That's if the content is developed for it, obviously, like the person
Yeah.
walking there. But
Which again is like you'll have like 5 things to watch
Right.
with that.
Right.
And then it just becomes pointless.
yeah, and if you're watching it during the day, I feel like it'd be very difficult. You'd have to watch this in a very dark room.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Well, they were showing like a black screen.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
so
yeah,
that
you can
would
put it up.
help.
Yeah, but like, there's not the gimmick would work. Like, it would just it's very much like a party trick.
Exactly.
You'd be like, hey guys, watch this.
Which is why don't you just buy a projector and
Yeah.
do that instead?
Yeah, and yeah, you could probably just put it up on glass.
We can make a
Yeah, we can make one right now.
see-through TV right now.
But yeah, I guess I think, and I like the fish tank.
yeah.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
But that was something that was really cool.
Can you jump in it naked
Probably,
at Bass Pro?
if you want, that's what you want to do. We can do it.
Let's fucking do it, dude. Is that your tech? Is that the techno universe?
Yes, I think
This
that
is like
is
a
it.
techno universe this week.
Yeah, it was.
There's much to talk about.
There's a lot, and you will definitely be seeing a lot more stuff coming
I'm
out
excited.
of very interesting, very expensive technology pieces. And I think even next month is like another tech show, so it's a busy time for the tech world.
I hope there's stuff that comes out that's practical.
Yeah, because I think
These
also
are
the Consumer
all
Electronics
fun
Show
things,
is
but-
that there's also it's mostly like washers and dryers shit too.
Yeah, which
That's-
that's the kind of stuff I want to see.
Right, that's the stuff you want to be reporting about.
Talk more about that next time, okay?
Yep, we'll do, sir.
Look at us fun stuff, see-through TVs. They added a new button. Talk about the washers and dryers. Come on, dude.
Sorry, man.
That's where my money's going. This is Gavin's Techno World. And we got a few clips that we want to show and talk about if you'll indulge us. This first one is an older one. I'll wait for you because this is an audio thing. I can go and get it ready though.
No, I already saw it.
I know, but we're gonna watch it together. So recently, David Cross. I almost said Bing Crosby.
I thought you were gonna say David Cronenberg.
David Cronenberg made a podcast. No, David Cross started a podcast, and like, I'm seeing clips of it like everywhere. Like, it blew up pretty quickly, which is great. I mean, David Cross is awesome, of course, but he's had some cool guests on. Like, he just had
Bob.
Joe Firestone recently, St. Louis comedy. I want to say legend, but maybe not quite legend, but maybe soon to be legend.
I've never heard of him.
Her.
I've never heard of him.
She was Slice
TM.
on Office Hours East. But of course, Bob Odenkirk, I think it was on like the first episode. Or one of
Yeah,
the
I think it
first
was.
few.
Yeah.
Of course, because Bob
Bobbin,
David, Mr.
Bobbin,
Show.
Bobbin.
Baba David.
Ba,
Baba.
ba.
And Bob Odenkirk just seems to just pull this Jordan Peterson impression out of nowhere.
Out of a hat.
Which, like, I mean, I'm making assumptions here, but I have to imagine that Tim Heidecker like showed him who Jordan Peterson was, because
He's on Twitter quite a bit though.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he could have found it on his own. It just like not Tim being like, hey, look at this Jordan Peterson clip, but just like Tim doing something about Jordan Peterson, probably on Office Hours. Shout out, friend of the show. And
Seems very conceited of you, Carson, to assume
and
this.
Bob seeing it.
Yeah.
Because it's just like unless you're like progressively online or
Progressively online or chronically online?
chronically, why did I say progressively?
You said progressively online.
Or you're just like, you just gravitate towards weird shit like this, like I do. It would just be weird for you to be doing a Jordan Peterson impression. But anyways, I'm rambling a lot. Here it is. It might be a little bit of setup, so I apologize.
And I didn't want to go down the rabbit hole, but
You know what's funny? I know this person's TikTok account because they post Office Hours clips all the time.
Oh, really?
I just realized that.
can I talk about this?
Do you work for
a
Office
second?
Hours?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you want me to talk about that?
Rabbits don't dig holes. I mean, they don't. So this phrase, let's not go down the rabbit hole. They use holes that other animals dig.
They pay for the holes
Have
to
you
be
ever seen
dug.
a rabbit dig a hole? Let me see. They eat carrots. They run around. They bop around. They don't dig. So this phrase, and I mean,
This is bothering you, I can tell.
young men.
There's a tissue over there if you want. Yeah.
Young men are having trouble
Young men are having trouble.
being alive men.
Young men are having trouble being
They
alive men
can't think of who to be and what to do anymore.
because of the phrase "going down the rabbit hole."
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I have my 3 steps to top notchery.
3 steps to top notchery. Okay. What? By all means, what are they?
Breakfast.
Okay. Is that which step is that?
That's one.
Step number
Eat
1.
a healthy breakfast.
Okay.
Wow, it's like we have him on the show.
Jump to step number 3. We'll come back to
Put
step
down the
number 2.
bong.
Put down the bong is number 3.
Yes.
And then what's number 2?
Try to get a good job.
Those are your 3.
So, and it's funny too that I just forgot about this because I haven't watched this clip in a while. But like, Tim literally did that exact bit, and it's like an old Office Hours clip. I think even before I started working, where like Jordan Peterson's new 12 Rules book came out, and Tim and Vic and Doug like wrote fake ones where it was just like, make sure you get the oil changed in your car and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like, I mean, that just it's just funny to be seeing Bob Odenkirk, massive actor, well-known actor, doing a Jordan Peterson impression. And I mean, I don't know this for sure, but it just seems like David Cross doesn't know that that's what he's doing, but it's just like, oh, he's just doing a bit.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. That's
Yeah,
what I
he
mean.
doesn't,
It's
yeah.
just like, it's just so funny for him to do that.
Completely
'Cause it's
randomly.
like, you see people like Tim or like people like that who are like, and Bob is like politically active.
Yeah. I mean, he was at the actors strike.
Yeah.
Or
But
whatever it
like,
was.
I don't know. It's just like, it's just very main. It just like surprised me. It's just very mainstream, weird,
Yeah, off the cuff.
off the cuff. Like, I don't know. It was just so funny and like surprising to see that. And he knew it so well. And that made me laugh so much. Next clip, another one this one Gavin sent me. Some crazy Brits. We love the Brits. We talk.
This was
we
hilarious.
talk shit on the
man.
Brits quite a bit, but we love them.
Did you see the clip of the guy getting stuck in the vase?
I did. Again, it was just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, everybody's seen it.
yeah, it was another.
This one
obvious
was
thing.
off the beaten path, though.
Nobody knows about this one.
This is fucking
This
crazy.
is great. I love this one.
Thought I would be reduced to this. I have just opened a tin of Quality Street for probably the 60th time in my life. And what I have found inside is this travesty. This is a travesty.
Oh, that looks terrible.
I will
Also, I don't mean to pause it, but it like the more you listen to it, it sounds like someone trying to do a British accent.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's like barely British.
And
which
like,
is
what's
funny.
a travesty here?
You'll find out.
Okay.
She explained because
Okay.
I didn't know what it was until like the very end.
Yeah.
never, Quality Street, purchase this product ever again. And you can take that and put it where you like. Because this is a travesty. Our whole family every year has enjoyed Quality Street in its shiny wrappers. Especially the purple ones. Now,
Are you not understanding
Especially
it?
the purple ones.
Do you not see these matte wrappers?
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
what she's pissed about.
I
The
thought it was 'cause
wrappers
they
are
weren't
like
organized.
matte. They're like waxy matte wrappers, but she wants the shiny ones. That's what I interpreted that as.
I thought it was because they weren't organized.
But I'm gonna back it up because she really likes the purple ones.
Especially the purple ones.
purple ones. Now, who wants to eat this piece of garbage? I know I
Holy
don't.
shit.
So, Quality Street, 0 out of 10 for festive cheer. You can put your chocolates where the sun never shines. Thought I would be.
You can put your chocolate where the sun never shines.
Sun never shines.
Well, I never.
And she's trying really hard to be angry.
She's
too.
trying really hard not to curse.
And she also never moves from the spot.
No, she doesn't walk
She has,
around. or
like
anything.
one leg kind of like bent.
Yeah.
She's like really cockeyed standing there. You see that?
Yeah.
Why is she standing there like that?
Well,
And then-
she's trying to
she's
evoke.
still like that. I love this person. But I don't know. It's someone tell me at home. Am I missing some lingo there? But I think she's talking.
No,
It
she
seems like
definitely
she's talking
is.
about
yeah,
the rappers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. What
do
is
not
this mess?
Bring any festive cheer.
Curious to know. Maybe this was.
Curious, sir.
I'm curious to know.
No.
Do you think
Yes.
that they
Yeah.
that was maybe they used the metallic ones, right? They used that for around Christmas time. Do you reckon?
Well, this was around Christmas time.
I mean,
She
you could
said
see
she's
it
opening
in
a
the
tin.
back. You could see the tree up in the back,
Right.
but I'm not seeing.
And wrapped presents.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's what she was talking about. Unless she had an old tin at Quality Street. But I don't know. I don't know why you would have an old tin lying around and not open it up.
I've probably opened probably well over 60. Well over 60.
Well over 60?
Well over 60. Quality Street.
Tins.
Candy tins.
Chocolate tins.
So for her to say she's only ever opened it 60 times in her lifetime.
Sounds like the old geezer's out of her mind.
The old bats run out of the fucking mind. Yeah?
What if every British person has had, they're like, I've definitely had more than 60 tins of Quality Street.
They're not worried about. They're not worried about it. They're like, I've most likely had more than 60, well over 100 or 250 even. I reckon
60. That is a pittance for how many tins of Quality Street I've put down. I'll probably put around
I've at least down 55.
900, maybe 4,253.
Average Sussex user finally he eats more than one Quality Street tin in one sitting.
Chocolate tin. I could probably put down 60 tins in just one sitting.
In just one sitting, mate. I reckon.
Take that
that's a
piss
pittance.
out of you.
That's a pittance.
60 tins is a pittance.
For the
if you
likes of
ask
me. For the likes of me.
All right, here's one more clip. This one's pretty great.
I have not seen this one.
No, watch.
From the same wedding that the guy got the vase stuck in.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we go. It's really short.
Oh! Ah! Shit.
It's just really good.
Ah, my back. Ah! Holy shit, dude.
Fuck.
Wow.
For audio listeners, this woman
Gets folded
like a
and
nightclub.
She's like trying to do like a cartwheel, I guess.
like a back handspring.
Okay.
I think is what it would
At
be
this
called.
club, and she gets folded in half by her back.
I just like this shot. Because it's like, if you looked away and then looked back at it, I wouldn't be able to tell you what I was looking at.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Because it's so mangled. It's just like,
Ah,
she's obviously very drunk because
Yeah.
she like thinks she's still doing it.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like she
Right.
keeps her hands out the whole time.
And she's like, oh.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Also, she's in her underwear, maybe, which is a little bizarre. Anyways, that was just a clip I loved. And that's
So
our
did you
clips
hear
of the
this?
week.
They're putting kitty litter.
Tunnels in the kitty litter boxes.
They're putting kitty litter boxes in elementary schools.
Did you hear about this? So the Jewish synagogues, they built tunnels, but this is the weirdest part. They're putting kitty litter boxes in the
those
tunnels, which is crazy.
Odd, isn't it?
It's odd, isn't it? It's a pittance. A pittance.
For the likes of me.
Did you hear about this? They're taking the Quality Street tins and making them into kitty litter boxes, huh?
They're taking the Quality Street tins and they're making them matte finish, not metallic anymore.
They're making the kitties take the piss out of them, or the piss in them, if you think about that, and they're making them into litter boxes.
You hear about this? They're putting Quality Street, they're throwing away all the Quality Street ones and turning them into Quantity Streets.
If I was a Peaky Blinder, I would eat about 360 Quality Street candy tins.
That's a
Tommy Shelby.
That's a pinch for the likes of me.
For the likes of me. Us, we used to put down 60 in a day at a Quality Street tins.
That you're right about, mate.
And that's when they were festive. Nowadays, make them with a matte finish.
No, they make them with a matte finish. And I can only even fathom the idea of eating a Quality Street tin.
The thought of it makes me want to puke.
The thought of it makes me ill.
Makes me a bit ill. Thinking about that matte finish rub on the Quality
that matte finish
Street.
rubbish.
Absolute garbage. I really like the purple ones too. Those are my favourite.
Those used to be of excellent quality.
Very festive, isn't it? Internet.
Oh, in it on the internet.
Internet. Real quick, because I can say this now. That's why if you saw me fist pump earlier, it's because of this. I'm being very vague still.
We caught the big one.
We're reeling it in. Next week's episode.
Number 150.
Number 150 could be very special. Could be a very, very special episode.
Big kahuna.
The big
kahuna. The big kahuna.
They finally got the big tin of Quality Street.
We got the biggest Quality Street tin we could probably ever purchase.
That's actually what it is. I got the notice from Amazon that my Quality Street tin's coming in. We're gonna.
And it's gonna be the old metallic wrappers.
We got it on eBay. Yeah, it could be very, very special. And I apologize if it's not, but more than likely, you're not going to want to miss next week's episode.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's all I'm going to say. And now I'm going to move into Nextdoor Drama, our weekly segment where we go to the infamous Nextdoor blog posting website, which is a blog posting website for your neighborhood.
Do we play sounds?
I got it. Where people in your neighborhood can post whatever is going on, and it's always a bunch of weird stuff, especially I'm sure it's weird stuff for everybody, but especially us just living here in Missouri, and kind of being on the cusp of a city life, but also rural life. So we get a lot of interesting characters and a lot of interesting posts on there. So every week we go there, we go to a blog, or we go to a post, and we take the post and the comments, script it out, do a dramatic reenactment of it set to music.
I'm going to put this in my lap real quick.
Music. You're good. This week's Nextdoor Drama is titled Cat Parents. I will be playing Amy, who has a cat problem. Gavin will be Kim, who has a cat solution. And without saying much else, I'm going to hit the Nextdoor Drama intro song.
Amount of dedicated wham I should have to the server.
This is my alter ego.
This week on Nextdoor Drama. Cat parents, is there a way to get my cat to stop waking me up at 4:30, 5, or even 6 a.m. to eat her food? She meows constantly if I don't get up. She has a set amount she gets a day because she needs to lose weight per the vet's instructions, so I can't use automatic feeders.
Pet Safe Eat Well 5-meal automatic pet feeder saved my sanity.
I didn't even realize she said you can't use automatic feeders.
That's what I was like.
Every fucking comment is about automatic feeders. Excuse me.
Pet Safe Eat Well 5-meal automatic pet feeder saved my sanity. Give it a week. She will listen for the sound. I have hours set to 12 a.m., 4 a.m., 9 a.m., 12 p.m., and 9 a.m. We will fill his regular dish manually at 4:30 p.m., and when the sound comes on at 9 p.m., we use his dish again and reload the feeder. Neko only gets 30 mils per 2 tablespoons each feeding. You do whatever schedule works for you, and how much Vet told you. You did not have to use all 5 spots. You could use just one for the early morning hungries. Ours is up high, so the dog can't reach it and eat his food instead. Play games to get her moving. Our cat wouldn't do this unless he lost some weight. He can now clean himself properly, and I am so proud of the little fuzzball.
Yep. Automatic cat feeder that you can program. My daughter's cat feeder let her record her voice so that the cat learned his name and comes in when she calls him. My daughter's cat feeder let her record her voice so that the cat learned his name?
Yeah, the cat.
Oh, his own name.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, excuse me. Breaking the fourth wall.
Any per the other good advice, can you just the cat small amounts of food in the auto feeder that adds up to her calorie intake per day? Is a cat on dry or canned food?
I'm feeding my cat before going to bed. She wakes us up all night screaming. Well worth a $1 a can, plus I also cage my Australian sheepdog because she roams all night talking and hitting the bed. My old lab needs to potty every 4 hours. I go to bed at 7:30 p.m. to get enough sleep at 4 hour at increments.
You will have to get rid of the cat.
That one was a doozy.
Yeah, this is incredible.
I had to stretch a little bit to get that one to work. But I literally must have missed that she said that she didn't want to use it.
No cat
every
feeders.
single comment is about automatic feeders. Everybody ignored that as well. So,
You weren't the only one.
No. Because I just saw every comment about that, and I was like, well, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's what it is. And guess we got to get automatic cat feeders.
I think we should. Can I get an automatic feeder for myself?
God damn it. God did.
God did.
Yeah, there's actually a thing in Futurama where they have like bachelor bits, or what they're called. They're like dog food for men.
Ugh. I hate it. But I would love it.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, if I could reduce my meals to like a smoothie a day, I'd do it.
I mean, you can. Nobody's stopping you.
What comes out the other end,
Yeah, I guess so. But that's coming either way.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if you knew that or not, but poop comes rain or shine.
I found that out the hard way.
I did too. One time it rained and I thought it wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, I was like, I am done. Then my toilet exploded. I went, ow!
It turns out you're like Dunkin.
I'm covered in piss and shit. Help me.
If I had $1 for every time I've heard that.
Yeah, you probably have at least 2.
At least. Moving on, our final segment of the day, Whatcha Listening To? Another segment we do every week where Gavin and I recommend a song, album, or artist that we've been listening to in the past week to each other and to the audience.
Yes, that we do. That we do.
And Gavin just posted our top 5 albums of the year. So if you missed that episode 2 episodes ago, you can go to our Instagram or Twitter, see that post there, and go listen to all those. But we're in the new year
Someone
now.
slid up on my Olivia Rodrigo recommendation, and they said, somebody hurt you. And I said, maybe. And they said, I'm not sure about maybe. I'm like, it's a good album.
I just have nothing to say. I don't know. I have nothing to say to that, I guess.
So Carson.
I haven't listened to the album.
Yeah.
You asking me what I'm listening to?
Carson, we're switching it up this week because I already know what I'm listening to.
I do too.
Carson, what are you listening to this week?
I actually
pal?
know what you're listening to as well. This week, I believe I gave this a nod as a honorable mention.
As a memoir.
As an honorable mention in our top 5 albums of the year segment from 2 episodes ago.
I did not post the honorable mentions.
That's fine.
Okay.
It was just if you want
if you want to hear those, you gotta listen to the full episode.
If you want to hear it, but it is it is Flying High.
Well, that's great, Carson. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it.
It is Flying High Part 2 by The Alchemist. Technically an album, but really it's only 5 songs long, and the other 5 songs are just the instrumentals of the same songs, which is cool because The Alchemist is a rapper, but he's also a
Producer.
A producer. He makes
beat producer.
Yeah, he makes the music, which is cool that he push instrumentals on here. Because
they're great,
right? Because they are great.
They're
they
always
are really,
good.
really good. I really didn't know much about The Alchemist at all. He produced this
West Side
album.
Gun.
Yeah, he's produced some West Side Gun stuff, but he produced Freddie Gibbs' album
that's right, yeah.
from 2020, which the name escapes me right now. Maybe one week I'll recommend it. Alfredo, which I really like that album a lot, and I didn't realize it was because his stuff, and so I'm slowly dipping into more of the Alchemist stuff and really liking like everything I hear. It's just that sound that I really like. It's not too like poppy or anything. And he always has artists that I really like on his songs. So my favorite song off of this is probably Paint Different, featuring Currency. I'm sure that's how you say it. Or also Royal Hand featuring Gangrene, which I believe is a rap group that he's a part of, that The Alchemist is a part of.
That's one thing I've noticed that a
mistaken.
lot of musical artists are doing now, is they're posting their band name, or if they're a solo artist, they're like solo artists. They put their solo artists like, alias, and then they're also putting like their real name, and then they have like a link to like the real name artist page on Spotify at least.
Yeah. The other thing that's
Like Neon Indian does that. I saw who else did I see do that?
The other thing that I see a lot of artists doing is that I've seen this a lot recently, and I won't name names because it's fine. Like, do whatever you want, obviously, but they have a band name and you're like, oh, this is a band, but you find out it's a solo project.
Yeah.
But it's just them, but they want to go by their band name. But they're
Yeah.
not a band, they're a person.
It's
And
like
I've seen
Tame
that a
Impala.
lot.
Did you know Tame Impala is just one guy? Whoa, what's going on with the camera there?
I have absolutely no idea.
Huh.
It's probably something with the screen, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll figure it out later. I'm not worried about it right now. Yeah, like stuff like that. Like I've just seen that maybe it's just because I'm just now realizing that's a thing, and it's just been going on.
No,
But
that's
I
that's
always thought
exactly
that was
what I
weird.
mean. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's also got Conway the Machine on it and Action Bronson. It's great. Give it a listen. Pretty easy listening in a good way. Well, but now it's fine. Well, I don't know. I'm sorry if you guys just saw a weird pink thing go across the screen, because that might have shown up. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Super
Yeah.
weird.
Hopefully that was just a screen.
Yeah. Gam, what are you listening to this week?
This week I'm listening to Mad Villainy by MF Doom.
Hell yeah.
And technically Mad Villain, which is also like a alter ego of MF Doom.
Rest in peace.
I've had a lot of difficulty understanding the the lore behind MF Doom stuff.
Same.
Like I know there are different universes and characters and whatnot, and I get the concept that anybody could wear the MF Doom mask.
Okay.
That was kind of my understanding, at least by the end, because he would hire people to go to like these award shows.
Oh, okay.
In the MF Doom mask.
I didn't know that.
Or like, like someone was like, oh, MF Doom show up to my like I literally texted MF Doom and he showed up to my party, but it wasn't actually him.
Huh.
Yeah. Like he would send other people to do his stuff. So,
Smart.
Yeah. So it's kind of like Marshmallow or something like that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. Or the Blue Man Group.
Or Blue Man Group. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I only listened to this because someone had mentioned like Dr. Doom might be coming into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it does not hold a special place in my heart to do anything with Dr. Doom. But like they mentioned that if they do make Dr. Doom a black male, then They should use one of these MF Doom Mad Villainy tracks, especially one that's like Supervillain theme or all caps or another, or like Rhinestone Cowboy or something like that. You know, some good songs. I like the second half of the album. In my opinion, there's a lot more. It's a very long album, but very long in a sense of like it's just a lot of songs, but it's really they're not that long. There's like one long song, two long songs. Short. But the samples he pulls out are just fucking crazy. I mean, seriously, I cannot imagine watching like a television show and then being like, oh, I can make a beat out of that.
Yeah.
Like it's super duper creative, and I love listening to these tracks. They're awesome. I really, 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 really enjoy All Caps and Supervillain theme. Those are towards the end of the album. Definitely like the second half of the album, like 13 or 12 through 424 are very good. So, but first half is also excellent. But definitely a must listen to for people, just for anybody who really needs new stuff to listen to, just something new. It's definitely rap, but MF Doom definitely has like a certain flow to his music, and it's really addicting to listen to.
Sick.
So
I'm probably gonna check it out.
yeah, it's really neat. So and it's from 2004, which is even crazier. Yeah. So could not imagine myself listening to that in 2004. You know what I mean?
I was listening to Baby Shark.
Yeah, exactly. Well, everybody, that was one of the bit was I was gonna play you off.
The bubble.
The bit was I was just gonna play you off. That's why I did that. That's why I switched it up.
You didn't have to. I kind of.
That was like the the joke, right?
Right. Yeah.
So everybody, thanks for listening.
Any other jokes you need to?
Oh, it's doing it again. Well, everybody, thanks for listening to Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Thanks for tuning into the It Takes All Kinds podcast. Keep watching, keep listening, keep tuning in, keep liking, keep reviewing, keep reposting if that's what you want to do. You can do it all. You can reply. We'll be here. All right.
And like I said, next week, next episode.
Big one.
Stay tuned. We'll see you then.
Thought about killing myself.